The Diddy trial, day 10, which was yesterday, Tuesday, May 27th. Today is Wednesday, the 28th, and this will be day 11. So today, I believe what we have is another victim of alleged sexual abuse by Diddy. Her name is Mia. And then we also have an LAPD officer one of the investigators for the Kid Cudi fire, I believe just the fire, the car bombing situation, the Molotov cocktail, whatever that was, right? Which begs the question, right? Before we get into it, really quick, okay, Time to Talk podcast. I still don't see the evidence, or I'm questioning the lack of evidence when it comes to video surveillance from anywhere, any type of investigation. By now, it seems the prosecution would have done the diligence to get a hold of whatever security footage might have been in the area at the time, even to show Diddy's car pulling up a block somewhere. That stuff is always available. It's always there for homicides and for domestic abuse cases and all sorts of things. So I'm just finding it a little suspect that these things have not been turned up yet. But we'll get into that. We'll see what happens with this LAPD officer. Now, there's also speculation, of course, that Diddy had LAPD under his thumb so much, or on his payroll to some degree, where he was able to suppress certain things here and there, and he was able to get away with things because of LAPD. That's been rumored for a long time, but we don't know. Let's get into yesterday's testimony. I've been saying on this channel that the RICO thing and the racketeering, all this stuff seemed to be a little far-fetched, in my opinion, so based on what they presented so far. However, the Capricorn Clark testimony yesterday about the kidnapping and that situation seems to be making this case finally, right? So she testified, a quick wrap up. Again, I'm not going to give you detail for detail every single line, but she basically testified that when she started working for Bad Boy, I believe in like 2004, she's only getting $65,000 a year, which is that's kind of. The other assistant, what was the guy? The guy Kaplan, whatever, got like I think $150,000 a year, 160, whatever it was. She got $65,000 a year. Maybe she wasn't cleaning up baby oil. That's probably why she didn't have to do all the hotel stuff, the nasty stuff. So she testified that situation with Cudi, that Diddy basically, when he found out about Cudi and Cassie, that he grabbed Capricorn Clark in a car with a gun. It was like, we're going to go to his house and we're going to kill this mofo. I'm just summarizing, paraphrasing, right? And that she, called Lauren London to let her know where she was. And it was a little suspect. There was also testimony about Diddy finding out about Capricorn calling Cassie because she had a burner phone, and then the burner phone we've discovered was actually the idea of Capricorn Clark. Like, hey girl, if you're gonna be cheating on your man on the side, we know how crazy that boy is. You better get a burner phone, girl, and hide it. That's what I do when I'm cheating. So basically, women sticking together. Cassie doing her thing. The victim who was being abused and forced into situations was on the side doing something with another celebrity. There's also a line in there about her breaking up with Diddy, or like when she mentioned something about, well, Jay-Z's not available, like, kind of gold digger-ish, whatever that was. But anyway, so Capricorn Clark testifies to that whole incident. She also testified about an incident that took place early on where Diddy discovered that she formerly worked for Suge Knight and Death Row. Obviously, you guys know that whole beef, the history of West Coast, East Coast, Suge Knight and Bad Boy, Diddy, the whole thing, right? So he found out that she worked for them and then kind of threatened her, like, oh, like, what's up with that? Like, it just seems kind of like, oh, now you're working for me? Are you a double agent? Are you coming over here to get information? I'll kill you. So apparently he used words like that. Then there's an incident where somebody picked her up, drove her to an abandoned office or something, a Bad Boy office, whatever, something being under construction, whatever it was. And some dude who was like 2 times the size of Suge Knight, like just wide. He was described as this wide guy, 2 NFL linebackers, whatever. This guy had her in a room or on an office floor, wherever it was, and had her on a lie detector test because there was some jewelry that was stolen, some Jacob the jeweler jewels that were on loan to Diddy. They got stolen after some white parties. So essentially Diddy wanted her to handle it, but then basically I guess didn't trust her. So they connected to a lie detector machine. They did this for 5 days, supposedly. And she was told that if she didn't pass the lie detector test, they were going to toss her into the East River. Now, of course, that's very Goodfellas, very mafioso, soprano, whatever you want to call it. You sleeping with the fishes in the Hudson River, or the East River, I'm sorry. And this is what she testifies to. Now, there's, to me, little little speculation as to her intent and her motivation when it comes to wanting to be with Diddy. They have a complicated relationship. A lot of it sounds very, it just sounds really extreme that he was carrying a gun around. But again, it's going to make the prosecution's case. Kidnapping. She went into this abandoned building, 5 times she was there and then told to go report back to work on Monday, but she kept doing it. Apparently the answer to why she didn't just leave like after the first time, like, you're going to put me on a lie detector test, like what? She had like a bad backstory. Her son is autistic, and I believe she's got no parents. She doesn't have anything. So she was in a desperate situation, and I guess Diddy took advantage of that. So it is what it is. So that's her testimony. That's pretty much the gist of it. We'll see what happens. I'm just giving you the basics and giving you my opinion. Again, I think that this is definitely moving more the direction of the RICO stuff. Like, I can see that happening. We're going to see what this LAPD cop says today. We're going to see what Mia says today and what she was subjected to. We'll see what happens. All right. Stay tuned. Stick with me. I'll cover day 11, which is today. I'll cover that tomorrow, of course, or maybe even later this afternoon. I might cover something. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate it. Hit the like button on the way out. It basically forces the YouTube algorithm to recognize real. All right. So, and it lets me keep making these videos. So hit like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you on, and leave comments. Let me know what you think is going on below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.